Let's talk about Borosil now, the glassware company. They've raised 150 odd crores via a QIP issuance. Let's talk about this more and what this means for the company's debt reduction plans, expansion plans. Shreevar Kheruka is managing director of the company. He's with us now to take us through some of this. Shreevar, great to have you with us here. Good morning, Prashant this side. So let's just start with the QIP issuance. I mean, tell us the kind of response that you've gotten. We've gotten names of some of the prominent investors who've participated. What will you use this money for? What happens on the balance sheet side, on the debt front? Will this be used towards, some of it will be at least used for CAPEX as well. Just some basic hygiene elements first. Shreevar.
Yeah, so thanks for having me. As far as the QIP is concerned, we've raised a small amount, 150 crores. The majority of this will be used to just repay debt. We have anyway a low level of debt, but as a management, we are fairly conservative. And we like having low, debt on the books. So the objective of the QIP is mainly to repay the debt that's on the books. We've done a fair bit of expansion for a company our size in the last 2 or 3 years. We invested more than 600 crores in the business altogether, and we raised about 150. Now the business itself has been growing, well. Last year we closed the year at about 950 crores of revenue. This is up roughly 4 times in the last 6 years. So we see a future capex as well coming up, for which again we will raise some debt. So those are the main reasons for the QIP.
Shreevar, as you said, this is, by the way, new listing as well. Look at that. DEE development. Shreevar, just coming to you, big listing pop, 70%. In markets like this, it's almost kind of, you're actually nowadays surprised when you don't see a big pop. But that's the market we're in, up and up session. We'll have more on this company with our research team in just a bit from now, but that's a new listing for the day. Shreevar, on that point, you yourself said that debt was not very large in any case, right?
Yeah.
So why do this? Why do this QIP and dilute equity to do this right now? And you're saying that you will raise fresh debt for expansion going forward.
In the future, yes. I mean, when we see more plans coming up, we will do that. You see, like I said, we are fairly conservative. Our internal metrics, we go up to 2 times debt EBITDA. That's roughly where we were, and we have now with this, we'll be back to almost zero debt. So in terms of view, given that we have more expansion plans coming up and we have a internal metric that will not go beyond a certain level of debt, we wanted to come back down to zero, and then we don't mind again going back up when the expansion does work out. So it's kind of that's a little bit conservatism, you may say, from our side, but that's the way we think. We'd like to focus on our business at hand, which has been growing quite well. We invested a lot of capex in manufacturing in India. So in our Jaipur plant, we put up we almost tripled our capacity in the last 24 months, and the focus is really to improve efficiencies there, sell out the entire capacity, and then maybe look for organic or inorganic growth opportunities.
So Shreevar, talking about business, how has business been in Q1? Schools are open, so if you could just throw some color on the demand and the growth numbers, and for the full year, what are you expecting on the top line and margins?
Yeah, thanks for the question. As far as our growth has been, we've been always guiding a medium-term CAGR of 15 to 20%. Although if I look at the last 6 years, we've been closer to between 25 and 30%. So and that's right through COVID even. We've been able to show that growth. So if you look at the current scenario, while obviously I can't share numbers, what I can say is that while different parts of the market have been slow and some have been okay. So the trade, the general trade has generally been slow. Maybe that's something to do with the excessive heat we've seen in North India specifically, and even in parts of West India. But on the flip side, channels like e-commerce have been doing well. So overall, I would say that we would stick to our 15 to 20% medium-term CAGR growth kind of numbers. Obviously, that's not specific to any quarter, but general yearly trends. And we are a kitchen and table products company as far as Borosil Limited is concerned, and we see that India is upgrading its lifestyle. People are getting generally better off. People are buying new houses. So the demand in the medium term seems to be quite strong. And with our brand and our distribution, I think we'd be well placed to be market leaders in this area.
Okay, so what are you targeting? I mean, you've spoken about top line growth, Shreevar. What are you targeting in terms of margin growth? And what is the peak revenue potential once your new opalware plant comes on stream? What is the capacity utilization that we're looking at?
Frankly, our opalware plant's already on stream, as is our new borosilicate plant. Both are already on stream. As far as last year is concerned, we did about 950 crores of revenue on our consumer side. So still quite small. The peak revenue from our own manufacturing from these these two segments of opal and glassware would be closer to 700 crores. Which roughly was about 500 crores last year of sales. So we could expand about 200 crores from our own manufacturing, which will add to the overall top line. Plus, we also outsource some of our products to third-party vendors, and we are more and more developing the vendor ecosystem in India to have made in India across the entire range. So I would say, combined with our own manufacturing and with the third-party vendor ecosystem we have, I think achieving 20% growth can be sustainable for at least the next 3 years with our current setup.
And when is the next, just to go back to what you started with, when is the next CAPEX cycle going to start?
Yeah, that's it. We are working on it. I can't give you any specific timelines, but I do believe that probably sometime by the end of this year, we will announce something. We will announce the new CAPEX cycle.
Okay, and you also alluded to organic, inorganic, anything on the inorganic side that you're looking at?
Look, as a company, we're always looking, and there's always good opportunities for acquiring new products in this kitchen and table space. So we continue looking. There are some interesting ideas we have. Let's see how that works out. Obviously, I can't speak more about it till there's some concrete action on the ground.
Okay.
Okay, we will let you go on that note. Thanks a lot for joining in. That's Borosil. By the way, stock is holding up in a market that's slightly tepid, nothing alarming.